All right, boys, welcome to another episode of the Fellowship of the Fleek Fantasy Football Weekly Podcast Recap. This week, today, I'm being joined by the manager for all five pieces of Exodia, Wade.
Hey, what's good, everybody?
What's up, dude? So, thanks for joining us this week. How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Been staying busy, kind of with work and getting stuff ready for this baby.
Nice.
But
You want to
other
talk? You want to talk about the
than
pregnancy
that,
at all?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty standard. Everything's been going good so far. Nothing out of the ordinary or whatever.
Nice.
um,
How long have you and Skylar been married now?
uh, we got married like officially in 2018, but we had our wedding in 2019. So I
Okay.
guess that's 5, 6 years, depending on how you calculate it.
Damn,
Right?
dude.
Yeah.
And when's the due date?
January 28th of next year. If you
Wow.
if you go by the zodiac calendar, this is something that I looked into just because I was curious. Because I knew this year was the year of the dragon, and I was like, that'd be kind of cool. But it's literally, if it's actually born the day that it's supposed to be born, it's hours. So like depending on what hour it is, it could be the dragon or it could be the next one.
Oh, I had no idea it worked like that.
But kind of interesting. Yeah, well just because of the day that it falls on, basically. Like it's the last day. So I don't know.
Um,
It doesn't really matter.
no.
But
Do you guys know the gender already? I don't remember if you announced that.
yeah, but we're not telling anybody. No.
Okay, but you know.
We know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but we're not telling anybody.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Is your mom excited and your brother and sister? I guess
Yeah.
your sister has a kid too, right?
Yeah. She's married, she has a kid.
Nice.
He is a year in November. So he's gonna be like a year and a few months older than our kid.
Nice.
But yeah, she got pregnant like uh, 5 months after the wedding, I wanna say.
Okay.
Something like that.
And is Skylar the first on her side having kids, or does she already have like nieces
Yeah.
and nephews?
So her brother just got engaged last month, and his fiance already had kids. They're actually teenagers. It's two teenage girls. So in a way, she has nieces, but not like her brother hasn't had kids.
Yeah, I
He's
got you.
like kind of inheriting kids, I guess. If you
Yeah, I got you. So yeah, I like to usually start. I mean, we kind of started just talking about what's going on in your life, but normally I like to just kind of start off with how we know each other. So, how do we know each other, Wade?
well, we used to we met in middle school, right? We used to ride the same bus
Yep.
247,
Hey.
not same bus stop, but but we rode the bus together in middle school. Had several classes together, and then basically middle through high school, and maybe like first half year of freshman year at college, I think,
Yep.
before I
Yep.
quit. Oh, yeah, all that time together and band and all those hours and all, just a ton of time in our younger days, I guess, is what you'd say.
Yep. And who else
And
in
then
the
you
league?
fucking moved to Houston.
That is true. That is true. So who else in the league do you know?
So I know Jesse. He also rode our bus. Shin through band. I met Prem a long time ago. Prem, like when I see Prem, I'm sure I'm gonna be shocked.
Yep.
Because he was a little kid when we would
Yeah.
have met. And then we have like the Cowboys chat on the side, and Chase is in that chat. So I've talked to Chase, but I don't like know Chase. I've never met him in person.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Just everybody.
Yeah. So you're gonna meet a lot of new people at the bachelor party for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Um. So you kind of brought up the Cowboys chat, but yeah. So I kind of cat's out the bag. I guess you know you go view for the Cowboys, what for better or worse.
Yeah, I've recently adopted like I fucking hate the Cowboys. I hate them, but I root for them because they're the team that I root for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it it makes me want to pull my hair out.
Yeah. NFL, I
I
feel
don't
like
think
to me is a lot more like you kind of or you inherit a team kind of where you grew up and it's just stuck with that. I don't know as many people that
yeah.
just like pick a team where I feel like basketball and baseball I think is kind of the same too. It's kind of like you inherit a team and it's just you're stuck with that team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got like photos of me as a kid in Cowboys gear because that's right after like they won all their Super Bowls and everything. And my dad and his family were huge fans, and so that's one of the first things that they
Yeah.
put me in. But yeah,
Yeah.
I root for them because they're my team, but I hate them.
Do you think does your dad still watch them or is he over it or where's he at?
Oh yeah, no, he still watches them, and I'm sure it's the same feelings as me. I remember being in like middle school. My dad used to cuss the TV and the referees out and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and get into the recap. So I have my week 3 matchup up on the screen right now. Um, man, this is my first loss of the season so far. Unfortunately, I don't know if I could pick a single person that I would prefer to lose to. Probably Prane would be the highest on the list, and then everyone else I don't know, but Shin definitely wouldn't be close to the top of that list. So yeah, and it was a close one too. So I added something else different on this screen, but I added those little tags where on the recap that you get out of sleeper where if it pertained
Mm,
to that matchup, I just threw it on there too. So you can see this was the narrow victory
right.
of the week. Um,
Yeah.
and you can also see that my starters didn't perform the way they were supposed to. So I got did a little dirty, but it is what
You
it
got.
is. I I think the thing that
I,
annoyed me the most is I had Xavier Worthy starting, and then I just randomly was like, you know, he's been
you got to
really
stop
up and
tinkering.
down. I know, and then I put Jacoby Myers in last second. I started with Devin Singletary. I
Mm,
started way before because I was like, well, he's going against the Dallas Cowboys, and we have no run defense, so I'm sure he's
yeah.
gonna he's gonna do at least as well as he's been doing. And we decided that that was the game we were gonna have a run defense. And then also
Yeah.
the Ravens, right? I was like, well, Buffalo's been crazy hot, so I'm not going to start the Ravens defense. And yeah, so I had a couple of chances there to pull this through, and I have the accuracy stats here too, so you can see. I mean, Shin really just picked the right players. If he had picked, I think, a single one of these players wrong, I probably would have won. I guess if you put Allen, no, yeah, pretty much, if he had picked one of these players wrong, I think I would have won last week. And the fact that the Chuba
Yeah, but
Hubbard or Chuba
imagine
Hubbard, I don't know how you say his name, he literally picked him up last second. He had 20 points. Like that's crazy.
imagine if Mike Gesicki scored 80 points though.
Yeah, I mean that's true too. Yeah, he got
Because he
hoed with.
got negative.
Yeah, that is true.
I,
That is
I'm
true.
I'm concerned for you for Devon Achan though. Like their offense right now just is not in a good spot.
Yeah,
And
but I think I heard news today that they're thinking Tua's gonna come back in a few weeks. I think they said like after the bye that they think he's gonna be back. And yeah, I feel worried about
supposedly,
supposedly, but what?
but also Mostert is getting healthier at
Yeah,
running
but
back.
but
And so
last
like
year Mostert
th-
and
they were
Achan,
both
yeah,
yeah, they were both good last year. But like I'm just concerned because for the last time Tua had his concussion stuff, it took him a few games. And if he's back week 9, let's say, and it takes him a few games, that is basically like fantasy playoff time. And you got to deal with it in between now and then. I have
yeah,
Jalen Waddle, and I also picked up Moster off the wire because I was kind of thinking like, hey, if they're not able to throw, they're gonna have to run.
mhm,
But now I'm like, I may just end up dropping them both. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure. We'll see. I was really high on my team the first week because freaking Cup went off, HM went off, Barkley went off, Diggs went
Yeah.
off, Xavier
No,
Worthy
I
went
mean
off.
you got screwed week 2 when everybody went down. That
Yeah,
That's great of you.
but yeah, but even then, I
I
mean,
mean,
if
you still have good players.
yeah,
Like, I'd have a hard time not starting Worthy at least one position.
I haven't actually started
Like,
Worthy
I'd probably keep him in the
yeah.
flex.
I haven't started him a single game yet because Devonte Smith has been my usual flex. Um,
Yeah.
and the only reason I didn't start him this week is because Singletary was going against Dallas. But let's go ahead and get into the next game. So we got your stats up here. Um, you went against Joji, and it also was the biggest blowout. So you completely destroyed him. I'm assuming this is the highest you've scored all season.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Super annoying.
super annoying. Why?
Because so like I don't know if everyone looks at this the way that I do, but every week so far, and projections don't really matter that much. Every week so far, I've been top 3 in projections. I think this week is actually the first that I'm not going to be.
Mm.
And every single week, my team has underperformed like a motherfucker, and it's been pissing me off. So, but this week, like, I logged in for the 12 o'clock games, and I saw Fields was going off, and I was like, okay, great, off to a good start. And Neighbors had already had his good game on Thursday, and so I essentially turned everything off at that point because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it there. And then I turned it back on like around the night game, and I realized what was going on. And I was like, oh wow, everything's pretty good. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has been a complete disappointment to this point, but
And that was your first
yeah, they
pick,
took
right?
well to being named dog shit. Yeah,
Yeah, so
because
it's,
we were doing the quarterback thing, and I wanted Hurts, but
yeah. Yeah, so talk me through the dog shit moniker. So what triggered you into naming everyone dog shit? How do you feel now that they went off?
I
Do
was
you
just
think
sick of it all. I was just, I honestly don't want to change the names now too because it's like, what do they call it? Uh, shoot. When you like have that feeling about something when you do something, and so you don't want to change anything.
you just have a good I don't know, you got the I'm not sure what you're looking for, but I hear you.
It's popular in sports. Like baseball players won't cut their hair if they're doing really well. And
Oh, superstitious.
yeah, yeah, superstitious.
Okay.
I don't want to change it. They're all dog shit.
Oh man. Yeah, it was pretty funny when I saw all the notifications for player name has been updated, player name has been updated, player name has been updated.
Yeah, I
Uh,
did it on purpose. I knew everybody was gonna see it. But
have you used Sleeper before? Or is this your first
yeah,
time using it? You've used it?
this is my first time using it. Yeah, I've considered using it in a previous league, but everyone was pretty much like stuck on the ESPN app, so we just kept doing that. But I like it a lot. It's way better in my
Yeah,
opinion.
man.
Sleeper.
I think I tried Sleeper the first time out, I think 2 or 3 years ago, and I think it took like 2 or 3 weeks for me to get comfortable, and then I was like, this is the best app by far that I've used.
Yeah, I mean, I like instantly it was working for me basically after week one, and I started seeing like if you allow the notifications and everything, you get anytime somebody drops somebody or anything. It's
Yeah,
some people don't want that though.
yeah,
Like
that is
I
true.
like it, but
Um, yeah, so Joji's been having a rough time. I was catching up with him just on the phone earlier this week, and I was giving him some shit, and I told him I felt like he wasn't giving enough effort on my fantasy league, and he needs to pick it up. But actually looking at his stuff, I think he's just
I
been
mean,
very unlucky.
I don't think it's effort based. I think AJ Brown got hurt and it's been unfortunate, and then Tua got hurt and it's been unfortunate. But at the same time, like people that are like 0 and 4, 0 and 5, once these bye weeks start, the biggest recommendation I can say is start making some trades and doing some stuff because at a certain point, once you're like down that bad, you have to buy wins basically. Like
Yeah,
do what you can to just make sure the people you're starting each week are getting points. And so like if that means trading away a good player to get a medium player or a mediocre player to fill in for their bye week because this week is the bye week or whatever. Sometimes that's what you have to do, but it sucks when you're like 0 and 3, 0 and 4, and you're in that predicament.
Speaking of trades, has Jesse sent you any trade offers yet?
He sent me a trade this week. Yeah.
You want to talk
I
about
I
it?
have a feeling that he probably wouldn't have actually wanted it to go through. It wasn't a bad trade offer. Let me pull it up. I don't personally like the players that he sent me. Um, they're like people that I wouldn't draft myself. But so he offered me T. Higgins, Travis Etienne, and Tank Dell for Travis Kelsey and James Conner. And
Oh,
like to
interesting.
date, Travis Kelsey's only had one semi decent game.
Yep.
James Conner's been really good. And like I Tank Dell is probably the person that I like the most from that list, but he's been hurt and hasn't done anything because they're in this timeshare with Diggs and Collins. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
feel like ETN has
We talked
gotta.
about it a little bit. I mean,
I feel like ETN has
he's
gotta pick
got
it up.
he's got a good schedule coming up, and I was looking at it, but I don't like ETN, so I
Mm.
wasn't willing to do the trade. Plus, that's part of Jesse's name. You can't trade ETN.
That is kind of true. It'd
He'd
be
have to
awkward.
change his team name.
He'd have to change his team name for sure. Yeah. Which would make things difficult for
um,
ChatGPT to figure out that he's the same team now.
I like that it was consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it. I don't think it was a bad offer. I don't love those players.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit. I don't. We didn't come to like any kind of resolution really, but
Well, I'm
I
gonna.
like trading though.
Yeah, I like trading too, but I'm like Jesse says, I love my players too much, and that is probably kind of true. I think because when you
Oh
draft a player, it's like you had a feeling that they were gonna go ham, and then if they go ham, you don't want to let
yeah.
them go, and
I
if they
mean,
don't, you think it's gonna happen later. So
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, so I
yeah. I
got
mean, I think you dropped Ferguson, right?
yeah. He
Did
when
you
he
have
hurt his knee,
Ferguson?
he hurt his knee, and I just didn't think he was gonna come back the same. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm wrong because I mean he had a pretty good game. He did better than whoever I picked up instead. But I don't know. I was talking to Jesse about
Well,
it. I
and
feel
Cooks is
like
hurt now.
yeah, but like tight ends, I feel like this year are the most useless position in fantasy.
Yeah.
Like
I,
they are not doing shit.
so honestly, it's like that every year. It's just usually the top two tight ends are several points better than the
Yeah,
rest of the tight ends. This year, it seems like they're kind of
there's
just
not.
all neck and neck, but
Yeah,
I'm hoping that changes. All these injuries to the Chiefs offense.
yep.
Travis Kelsey needs to do something.
It's a good point. Yeah, so I got up week 4 or is it week 5 actually? Yeah, I actually screwed up. This is supposed to be week 4, week
Week
5. I
5.
didn't update the text here. That's my bad. So this is a week 5 preview. I'm going
I
against
told you.
yeah. I'm going against Mason. I don't think you know, but Mason is Sean. Oh, you probably listen because you listen to the thing. But yeah, Mason's Chantel's
Yeah,
boyfriend.
Chantel's fiance boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um
I didn't know if they were engaged or not.
no, they've just been together forever, so you can give him shit for it. That's fine.
I'm not
Um,
gonna do that.
so yeah, I haven't done anything with my lineup yet. The waivers just processed, so I don't even have someone in my flex yet, but I was able to get 2-2.
Okay, so hold up.
Yeah.
You wanna know something cool?
What's up?
Oh, you have this pulled up here. You can set your lineup for weeks in advance.
Yeah, yeah. I know, I just
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah. If you go to future
That's
weeks
freaking
and
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because in what I'm used to using, it just like you have the one
The
lineup and
one
it
lineup, yeah.
changes
Yeah, no.
everything if you do it like that.
Yep, it's dope. And you can go
Oh,
back and
cool.
see who was on your team before, shows you they're not on your team anymore and all that good stuff. But
Oh.
yeah, I'm kind of worried, man,
Anyway,
because
okay, continue. Sorry.
Mason, like, he started off really bad, and then I mean, I think he's on a 3-win streak now. I think he lost the first game, and he's on a 3-win streak, and
Because Derrick Henry's carrying his team.
yeah, he is carrying his team, which we were all
I
giving him shit for drafting him number 1
Henry
overall.
Henry and Collins. Because Collins
Yeah,
has been really good too.
Collins has
But
been randomly going off. Yeah. Diggs, yeah, yeah. So I got a lot to think about. I can't even speak that much on it yet because I haven't even started thinking about what I'm gonna do yet. But maybe this is the week for sure that I have Xavier Worthy playing. I mean, I already put him in, so Yeah, but let's go ahead and go to yours. So, yeah, you're playing Nathan. He's one of my homies from work. And yeah, you
Gotcha.
wanna anything you wanna comment on your matchup with him?
Uh, so before he moved Joe Mixon back in, our points were actually relatively similar. I think he was projected for like 105 and I was projected for 104. They recently changed the projections on some of these players. And then he threw Mixon in there. I'm really hoping Mixon doesn't play
Yeah.
because I think that I don't have much of a chance if he plays. And then I have neighbors that's probably not going to play as well because he's concussed right now. But
Oh, that concussion. I think remember watching it. It was towards the end of the game. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
didn't look
he was
good.
going for the catch and he just like fell on his face and laid
Yeah.
there,
Yep. Yep. Cool.
which sucks because he's been the best player on my team.
As it says
And
right here, best player on team. Uh, all right, so I got the
yeah,
waivers up.
so
We had a
but
lot of.
Najee Harris is playing the Cowboys.
Oh, let me go back. That is true. Najee Harris against the Cowboys, and now with
And
Micah and D Law not playing, he's definitely gonna
and so is
feast.
Fields. Yeah,
Yep.
hopefully.
Got the waivers up here. Looks like it was a busy week. I know it's actually kind of funny as I was just talking to Nathan, but this is actually Nathan's first waiver that he's put in all season. He hasn't wavered anyone
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Yeah. I don't trust Kareem Hunt though. I don't think he's gonna go do well.
So I almost put in a waiver claim for Kareem Hunt, and I had third in waiver priority. I'm not sure what everyone else was that claimed him,
Hmm.
but I was like, man, I bet a lot of people are going to make claims this week, and so if I skip, I have a good chance at being bumped up to number one in the waiver priority or whatever. And that's what ended up happening. But I have this really cool image that if I had got Kareem Hunt, I would have used. There's this fantasy like analyst or whatever. And every year he has like an Exodia running back. And basically, if you draft that running back, you're supposed to win your league.
Oh,
And the first one he ever did was Kareem Hunt, his rookie year. And so there's actually an image of all five pieces of Exodia, and it's Kareem Hunt. So it's like Kareem Hunt's head, his arms, and his legs. And it's like, it says Kareem the Goat or something like that is the name.
I'm looking it up right now
But
to see if I
oh,
can find
I can
it.
send it to you. I can send it to you.
Yeah, yeah. If I
But
could have found it
it's
quick, I'd have
really
thrown it up.
cool. And I would have used it had I decided to pick him up, but I did
Yeah,
not decide to pick him up.
yeah.
Anyway, random tangent.
Yeah. You'll have to post it in the group chat. So I don't really see any all that much on the waivers that's really notable to me. I mean, I put in two waivers that no one competed for, so I just wasted. I'm my waiver spot's 9 now, so I feel like an idiot. But and I don't even know if I'm
Yeah.
gonna end up using what is it? I think it was. Oh yeah, Rico Dowdle. I don't know. I had a feeling with all the Cowboys fans, like, oh,
Oh,
someone would also try to get Rico Dowdle back. I know you had him at one point, but we'll see. I feel like after last week, they maybe finally have settled on him, like getting the majority of the snaps, and with HN not playing
I
as
don't
well and Saquon
know.
on a bye, I don't know. I'm taking a gamble on my boy.
I think you're playing with fire there.
All right,
I'd
so
I'd keep playing Achane over him.
yeah, I mean, I have Barkley's on a bye, so I'll be playing HN, but then I'll probably
Oh,
play him too. Yeah.
okay.
So I got the standings up. Unfortunately, I lost the top spot to Tyler. He's 4-0 now. But what I did differently, this slide's new. But I got the standings on the left, and then these other three sections are the standings sorted by different columns. So that first one is highest points scored. Next one is highest points allowed, and the last one is max points if they had like picked the perfect lineups. Um, and
Hmm.
it's kind of interesting just to look and see kind of where people are at. So like Nathan's in fifth place, but he has the second highest points scored. So like, his record's obviously not as good as what his team
Right.
is. And then what's really funny is Chase's highest points allowed, but also his max points scored. He'd be the third best in the league if he had picked the right people. Yeah. So yeah, the other night Jesse, Shin, and I
Yeah,
we were playing
I think.
we were playing PUBG, and
Sorry.
he was saying just how he was looking at some of Chase's past lineups, and it was like he manages to just pick the worst lineups every week.
I think he's because like with Dak, right? Dak blew up 2 weeks ago, and then he started him last week,
Hmm.
and then Dak didn't have as great of a game. It was
Hmm.
still an okay game, I think, but it wasn't as good or whatever.
Yep.
And then Baker Mayfield blew up on his bench,
Yep. It's
so
like
it's
whichever
like
quarterback he doesn't
I
pick
don't
is
know.
goes off.
Well, in the first 2 weeks, it was super unfortunate with Jamar Chase because
Yeah.
Jamar Chase hadn't practiced
Hmm.
or done preseason or anything, so it was like he was getting back into the field of the game. But I
Yeah.
think Chase's team is going to end up being a lot better as the season goes on.
Yeah. Hopefully for him. Otherwise, he's gonna be dancing on November
I mean,
21st.
so I'm gonna be honest with you. That was part of my strategy. Like, I started while we were drafting. I drafted these three running backs or whatever because I knew they were going to be getting the workloads, and I wanted to come out of the gate and not be in last place. That was all I wanted. Because we're cutting it off early. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to the end of the season, it's stopping whenever the bachelor party is for that
Yeah.
punishment, and so I was like, "Look, I got 8 weeks, I don't need to be in last place, whatever I need to do to get out of it," so.
Yeah, Jesse, Shin, and I were talking about should we try to add another punishment for the end as well? And I'm like, I don't like adding things after the league's already started, so just we're gonna keep the
Yeah,
yeah keep the punish.
changing waiver wire stuff and all that, taking away all my advantage. No.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I've been hearing
I
that
saw
the 3 o'clock Wednesday waivers is a crowd favorite so far. I think you and Tyler are the only ones talking shit about it.
fuck all y'all. I was up early every day. Oh, just naturally, because I'm on my way to work on my drive, and I just look at my phone and I'm like, "Oh, he's still there. I'll get him." Now I gotta look at my phone when I'm driving home in the middle of traffic.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else on this, so we'll go ahead and go to the last one. What did you think of this little thing I came up with last week?
I like it because it makes me feel better about myself.
Where are you at on here? You got hoed.
Got Hode, top of the list.
Yeah, maybe this is an idea for next time. Maybe I should put a little like up triangle or down triangle to show like shifts. I should probably do that cuz I
Oh, like who
yeah, who went up and
like
who
if
went
there was
down.
anything added or
Yeah, I
affected.
should do that. I mean, I can tell you I know for on that boo boo, it all both of them went to Joji. So he just before it was 222, now he's at the top. For Fleek King, I think
Mhm.
Nathan went up. Wait, Nathan's new, and then you got a point, but I only have it sorted to the top four. So you have one also,
Right,
but you
right.
just happened that you weren't on there. And then yeah, honestly, I didn't do a good job with this. So next time I'm gonna add like a little green triangle and a red triangle next to it, so you can see how who went up and down compared to the week before. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like being in the got owed category, but it does make me feel
Yeah.
like Jesse beat the hell out of me,
Yeah.
but
That
I'm
second
actually
week,
above him right now. Yeah.
that is funny. And then I guess I wonder in
Fucking Cowboys, man.
compared to points scored, are you also? Yeah, you're above him in points scored too.
I
Yeah.
ju I just passed him after this
Oh,
past week.
yeah, because he had such a crazy week 2 weeks ago, and then his team just
Yeah.
went down the toilet after that. Look at this, man. Shin is way down here at 411, but he's 3-1. That's some bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Shin is definitely getting
That's how
lucky.
fantasy is though, man. Like,
Yeah.
the points for some leagues, that's all they do. And they don't have, like, matchups, they just do points for.
I've seen
Or
that, but that's
what
a
some people do actually is they'll have some people do a matchup, and then if you win your matchup, you get 1 win. But then as another win, they take the we're in a 10-team league, so they take the top 5 points that
Highest
week, and
point.
that counts as another win. And then if you're
Oh,
bottom 5 in points, you get a loss. So you could win your matchup and get 1 loss still.
interesting.
And then it just kind of evens it out, but it's way more complex that way too, because then it makes it
Yeah.
seem like more games were played, but really they weren't.
Yeah, I like the concept of rewarding someone who scored a lot of points but didn't win their games. So what I found on Reddit was just, and what we're doing in this league, right, is that when we get to playoffs, the sixth seed is gonna be whoever's remaining with the highest points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
Yeah, I think that's good.
oh, wrong one, yeah. So if like uh I mean everyone up here is in the top six. But yeah. So anything else you want to talk about, dude?
I think that not really, man. I'm excited to meet everybody. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I got a couple people were telling me that the other group chat is has been interesting, and it feels weird that all my friends are in a group chat talking and I'm not in there, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, like the gotcha.
Yeah, the one that I'm not
I
in.
didn't even know if you knew. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know it's there. I don't know what y'all are talking about, so
I, I don't think I've said much in that. I'm gonna be more active in the fantasy one,
yeah,
probably.
I'm happy with the activity in the
But yeah, I
fantasy
put it.
chat, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I put in for my PTO for the time, and
nice.
we're just gonna have to figure out what the hell they're gonna do those
Yeah.
2 days. Because
You should talk
I
to
think you know we they just fired.
what happened?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
They just fired my boss.
Oh wow. So you might get promoted
And
soon
so
or what?
everything he was doing, I don't think so.
Uh,
But everything he was doing, there's 3 of us that are basically taking it over.
mm,
So
yeah. I was gonna say you should definitely talk to the guys in Dallas and do some carpool action or something, because I think it's you, Jesse, Shin, Daniel. I think is everyone coming from Dallas.
see, I was actually gonna drive down a little bit early and see my brother while I was down there.
Oh well, I mean that's cool too, man.
'Cause he lives in Austin,
Yeah,
and so like for that, because if I get there at like noon, I don't think anybody's really gonna be there yet.
yeah,
So and we can't check into the Airbnb until later.
yep. All right, dude.
So I was gonna see his new apartment.
This episode's been too long. I don't want to make people have to listen to this whole thing, so I'm gonna cut it here. But it was great catching up with you, bro.
Yeah, man. Talk to you later.
See ya.